The art of knowing directly. I bow to the Triple Gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. I pay respects to the senior monks and all my colleagues in the Dhamma. May all lay practitioners prosper in the Dhamma. You've come here to listen to words. If you remember the words having listened to them, then you will receive something that is fake. But it is necessary to speak and teach. Talking in order to give rise to knowledge and memory is easy. It's easy to teach and understand. There are teachers all over the place. All of us sitting here now, at a monastery where a retreat is held, have knowledge of good and bad, of right and wrong. Everybody knows that. For example, we know that anger and suffering are no good. We know that, but we still suffer and still have anger. Now, in real teaching we have to teach ourselves, we have to teach ourselves to really understand. We might learn some things from others, it will make it easier to remember, but real teaching we have to do ourselves. In talking today we are all friends, spiritual friends. On this occasion we all become fellow practitioners, so that we can meditate and practice together. This is a good thing and it is right. In real teaching we have to teach ourselves. Even talking and listening are practices in themselves, practices in developing awareness. Don't be united in anything other than developing awareness. Be aware, pure awareness. Be aware in a straight and direct way, straight and direct sati. Feel the body directly, in a straight way. Be fully aware, don't let there be anything in front or behind. This is called really teaching oneself. Let awareness move around, let it be with the body, with rupa. And let awareness see the mind. When there are thoughts, don't prevent or obstruct anything, give awareness the full opportunity, to see. As for the body, know directly and straightly, know purely. Use and search for whatever ways that makes you have awareness within your body. Make it direct and straight, know immediately. But some people don't do it like this. Before, I was the same myself, I didn't know directly and straightly. I reserved it and knew other things and there were thoughts. Why do we do it like this? One goes and uses reasoning, figuring out what is right and what is wrong. Like this is right. There is like and dislike. Why do we practice like that? What's the point of knowing this and that? For example, when we are aware, we ask ourselves, am I aware or not? Is this sati or not? Is this kind of knowing, awareness? Or is it thought? Sometimes we're thinking, and we don't know what awareness is, and so there is a division all the time. Reasoning and perceptions of right and wrong come to interfere with practice, and so one doesn't practice fully. No, 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 be aware. When you start off practicing you shouldn't use reasoning and think about what is right and wrong. Don't do it like that. Know directly, using whatever method that makes you be aware of either the body or the mind. Don't concentrate. Don't think about right and wrong before you experience right and wrong, don't think about being and seeing before you actually are and see. That's not it. It is wrong when something is wrong, it's right when something is right, you are when you are, and you see when you see. Be aware directly, don't concentrate and don't use reasoning. You shouldn't think, from now on there is no need to think. When there is awareness of the body and the mind for a long period, seeing automatically occurs. This is not called thinking, it is called discrimination, Dhammavidyaya, or orderly reflection, Yoniso manasikara. It differentiates and wisdom knowledge or wisdom arises by itself. This is called practicing directly. For example, we raise the arm or we turn up the hand, just know it directly. Feel your arm moving, feel your hand moving, feel the movements. Actually, this method that we're practicing was different before. In the past it was not practiced as we do now. But Luangpor Teean adapted it, making it more practical. In the past it was called the method moving stopping, in Thai, Ting Ning. One would put the hands on the knees, turn up the hand and think or inwardly recite, moving, ting, and when a movement would come to an end, stopping, ning, ting, ning, ting, ning. They would use it like a mantra, a word to keep reciting mentally. This is not direct, it's not straight. There are still these words that obstruct the immediate experience of the movements. Luangpor Teean developed this method by not having any recitation, just feeling directly, being aware without using words, just feeling. Doing it like this, one knows. The characteristic of feeling is to know specifically, but it is not a poking kind of knowing. One knows. Luangpor demonstrates it at the same time, know like this, don't fix on things. Some people know in a concentrated way, they concentrate and follow the movements, this makes awareness into something with a time span, whereas awareness should be momentary, moment by moment. Doing it like that, it becomes into a practice in tranquility meditation, which it should not be. That may well make one feel uncomfortable and discontented, or stiff in the chest area, sleepy or all tense. To know directly is to know in a cheerful and clear way. Knowing. In one sequence of movements one knows 14 times. This is pure knowing. Don't let there be any separation, let the quality of knowing really contact the body. Let them really come into contact with each other. When one knows in this way, one will become skilled for sure. When there is experience, for example, our hand often comes into contact with something, we are bound to become skilled. I used to be a little bit of an artist as a musician. It is an art in itself to contact with one's fingers the holes of a flute or the hammer of a xylophone. The fingers contact the holes of the flute and the most melodious sound is brought out. But when we push too hard it is a kind of concentration and the sound will not be as good. If we go and count the holes in the flute we can't play well, because the finger movements have to be just right in order to produce the right tone. Being aware and contacting the body directly and straightly, is an art. There is no need for reasoning, know in a pure way. Know in a sober and clear way. When you really make contact with the feeling it is an art, you will be skilled in it, and you will know crystal clear. To really contact and feel the body is not just ordinary knowing, it is development in itself. We might compare it to having a livelihood. When we're not doing it right we waste a lot of energy. When we know the movements through reasoning, through concentrating or by forcing ourselves, then we waste lots of energy. Some people put forth effort, doing both the formal practice of sitting and walking meditation, and their faces go all sour, they're all tensed up, that's too heavy. When we do it in the right way it is not heavy, rather, it is light, comfortable and we feel cheerful. Doing it like that one tends to forget the time. But some people force themselves too much, that's neither straight nor direct. Awareness is happiness and justness from the beginning, it sorts things out for us by itself, and it makes one feel and recollect clearly, step by step. Be in the middle, watch inside as well as outside, don't go in, don't go out. When I was a kid, I used to go with my mother to plant melons and beans. When the rains would start and my mother would plant the seeds, she used to say, "If people eat it, it is merit, if birds eat it, it's a gift, if birds eat it, it is merit, if people eat it, it's a gift." This attitude makes one feel at ease. But without this attitude, we may do things thinking this way and that about making a profit or making a loss. This is wasting energy. Sometimes we even count the days, I've practiced so many days already, and I still don't have any knowledge. Some people do know, it's so easy for them. One gets bogged down in thought like this and one cooks things up. The result is that it is our thinking, our delusion that is practicing Dhamma. We practice but we still get deluded. We know and then we don't know, we stay with the knowing and then we are without the knowing, we're doing it wrong and then we do it right. When one is caught up in thought, how is one going to see thought? It is like being inside a cave. When I first started to practice, Luangpor Teean told me to go inside my hut and said, "Close the door." "It's closed, Luangpor." He asked, "Do you see outside?" "I don't." "What do you do in order to see inside as well as outside?" "Open the door, Luangpor." "All right, open the door." I opened the door and stood in the middle of the entrance. Luangpor Teean asked, "Do you see outside?" I said yes. "Do you see inside?" "Yes." "This is the way to do it like this." Having said that, he disappeared. What does it mean? It means to know directly. Don't be caught up in thought, don't go for it, don't be it. Don't be the one who is wrong or right, the one who gets or doesn't get. If it is like that, it's like there is a screen preventing us from seeing, there is no directness, no straightness. There is no openness and nothing is revealed. Just awareness, not wanting, not being. Try it out, knowing directly. Take one step at a time. Know directly, don't figure out what is right and wrong, don't go for attaining and not attaining, there is nothing to attain, there is nothing to not attain. There is nothing right and there is nothing wrong. If there is just pure awareness, there is no right and wrong, there is no knowing, and there is no not knowing, there is only just pure awareness. Give awareness the full opportunity. Just as with planting rice, if we don't plant it well, it won't come up. It's the same with chilies, eggplants, and fruits, they need to be planted properly. But if we know how to plant these things, it will be just right and there will be a balance, the roots will sprout and the plants will establish themselves. If we plant them in the wrong way, the roots won't flourish and they may break, the wind blows and they shake about. We have to keep replanting them, and the end result is that they don't grow well. Try it out. I'm teaching you, so that you will practice, I'm not talking just to give you information. We have come here and so we must try and practice. Practice directly and straightly. At one time I returned from Singapore, and I stopped over at Hat Yai, south of Thailand. Somebody brought a Westerner to see me. This Westerner said in a straightforward way, "There is no need to teach me anything, just tell me what to do. I know many things already, so it's better to tell me what to do rather than to teach me things." What do you think of that? I feel that that is very good. So I told him how to start. Kamma means action. It means to feel. Do you know the movement of turning up the hand? Do you know the movement of raising the arm? No, no, and no. I had him practice like this for half an hour, and after that I showed him how to do walking meditation. Know every step that you walk. Whenever he took a step, I knocked him with my hand on his arm, no like this, no like this. Knowing, knowing, feeling. I had him walk for half an hour and then called him over, and let him do the rhythmic meditation in the sitting position again. He got into contact with sati, with awareness of the body. I asked him, "Just now, you were aware of the body, did your mind think of other things?" "No. One is right here, one knows right here." "Have you ever known like this for a long time, let's say for a whole day?" "Never." "What about 1 hour?" "No, never." He just learned about this now. This is how I taught. This point is the point that we, as Thai Buddhists, are lacking in. We are not lacking at other points, it is this point. This is the point where Buddhism comes into being. The Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha arise right here, that is to say their qualities. We have to give rise to them right here, this is their birthplace, the birthplace of the state of being Buddha that knows, that goes in and knows. Don't destroy this state. And so we have opportunities, we have places such as this one. It is not as if we practice because it is the fashion. We don't advertise that we do anything else. To perform rites and rituals, make merit and offerings and so on is not the right way. To do it right in line with real awareness, one has to practice like this. We have to spur each other on to practice, to live like this. The activities of Buddhism have to start off with this method, we can't deny it. We need places and the environment, and we have to persuade each other to come and practice like this. In the mornings and evenings, there are Dhamma talks as well as practice, this gives good encouragement. And so we come together to practice in this style. What I'm saying now is not for memory, it is for practice. Putting it into practice in our bodies and minds, coming into contact with ourselves. When I use the word sati, we know, we feel it at the same time that we hear it. The things I talk about exist in us, they are there, in all of us. The more I talk, the more we see ourselves. What do we see? We see what I'm talking about. For example, feeling, we all feel, even when we don't do anything in particular. When we are skilled, we don't necessarily have to make movements with the hands and arms, we just sit there. Feelings are there already, the blinking of the eyes can be felt, breathing can be felt. The quality of knowing that knows the blinking of the eyes, is feeling, it is sati. The quality of knowing that knows breathing, is feeling, is sati. Even when we don't do anything special, there is awareness, no matter where we are, even when we just sit there, there is awareness. Spiritual friends, inner sages, the paths and fruits of practice. May the words I speak be your spiritual friend, Galyana Mitta, awareness is our spiritual friend. Associate with these things, associate with the sages, I don't mean to associate with this or that person, that is good also, those are the external sages, but the real sage is within, awareness. Try to associate with awareness for 7 days. To know directly and straightly is called, associating with the sages. Do you see that? When the Buddha expounded the first discourse, Dhammajjokhappavatthana Sutta, to the group of 5 disciples, the Brahmin Gondhanyo, opened his Dhamma eye, reached the first stage of enlightenment. He was the first monk disciple of the Buddha. A few days later, the other 4, Vappa, Padya, Mahanama and Asachi, also opened their eyes. The Buddha pointed to and talked about, the 2 extreme modes of practicing which should not be followed through, Gamesu Gama Sukali Kanu Yogo, and Athaki Lamatanu Yogo. The path is the middle way, the path for the mind to walk, the path of the mind is called, Magga. Magga or the path, is this awareness. Awareness or the quality of watching, of seeing, of knowing, is called the path. Whoever is always aware is walking the spiritual path. The path is a vehicle, it is as if one rides in a vehicle that leads one onwards. As the Buddha mentioned the path, Gondhanyo was practicing in awareness. Finally, the Buddha presented the Anathalakkhana Sutta, the discourse on the characteristic of not-self, as follows. Is form permanent? Answer, no, it isn't. Does something that is impermanent have value or not? It doesn't. Should something that is quality-less be clung to, as a self or oneself? Obviously not. This way of teaching by the Buddha, by inquiring, is not telling people, rather, people see for themselves. This is teaching in order to see, in actual fact, one teaches oneself. Another person can teach one to know, but in order to be, one has to teach oneself. Can you do it now? Do you have awareness within your body yet? Try again. When walking, feel it, feel it. Sometimes thoughts come up. What do you do when that happens? Well, be aware. Be aware. Focus. Know the body, as it is moving. When there is awareness, are there still thoughts coming up? Can you solve the problem this way? Can you change thoughts into awareness? You can. As soon as awareness arises, the thoughts stop. So, know the movements of the body well. A thought comes up one time and one knows the body one time. This knowing is the right way to teach oneself. Teach yourself often. The more thoughts the better. But some people are interested whether the thoughts are right or wrong. They think that thinking is wrong. On thinking, see the thought, there is no right or wrong, there is just seeing thought, knowing thought. As soon as one feels that there is a thought, everything comes to an end. On seeing thought, skill arises. The state of seeing thought, seeing it often, is an art. It is like seeing somebody's face. When you see somebody for the first time, you might forget again, but when you see somebody many times you become familiar. This not just ordinary knowing, you know his or her character, what kind of person this is, whether you should connect with him or her or not. Some people see thought, and think that it is wrong. When a thought pops up, it's wrong. This is wrong understanding. That's not right. This is similar to that time that I was up at the monastery on top of the hill at Bohom village, Luangpor Teean's village, in my early days of practice. Luangpor Teean wanted me to stay there at that time. There were many people practicing. I was doing walking meditation with another monk. He was lower than me because it was a hill. When he got tired he sat down, and then I heard these strange slapping noises, pat, pat. He slapped his own head with his slippers. I walked over and asked, "What are you doing?" He said, "The mind thinks all the time, I don't know why, it's crazy." This is not seeing thought anymore, he got caught up in it for sure. He was punishing himself for it. Doing it like this is to go in the wrong direction. It is like planting rice and pulling it out again, they won't take root, there won't be results. Therefore, when thought arises, don't consider it to be good or bad, just see it directly. Thought is useful, we'll get to see it. There is nothing wrong with it. Thought arises, that's good, we'll see it and be aware of it. Knowing it in a cheerful way. On seeing happiness you go, on seeing suffering, heat, cold, This is Vipassana, insight, in small ways. This is being a meditator. If you are the one who is right or the one who is wrong, then you have taken birth and you are caught up, you are still deluded. There is no knowing. This quality of knowing is completely neutral. It can be applied to anything, it is absolutely fair and can be used with everything. We're not looking for faults, I don't like wrong, I like what is right, I like knowing, I don't like not knowing, it is not like this. If it's like that, the quality of knowing will not prosper, it gets cut and divided up, it gets separated all the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Have you realized this? When you know, are you satisfied, and when you don't know, do you feel sad? When it's wrong you feel ill at ease, and when it's right you feel good. In the past, I've asked people, having short interviews with them at Sukato Forest Monastery. A lot of people used to come to practice. I asked a girl how things were going. She said, "Today it was a real hassle, I don't know what I was thinking, I was all tense. It wasn't like yesterday. Today I was really in a mess." I said to her, "This is not the way that a meditator talks, try saying it another way." She thought for a while and then said, "Today I saw the mind thinking, I saw it being tense." That's the way to talk. In the first version she was caught up, but in the latter she saw it, she became smart. The words I am, are no good, the words I see, are fine. Do you understand? What is it like for us here? Being or seeing? This is the point of separation. Insight, Vipassana, does the separating, at this point. Things are melting, being digested, dissolving into emptiness. Until there is no self. The way to arrive at the path and fruits of practice, is by this way. This exists within us. It shows us the way. The path is sure, the path is to watch, to see. The things that arise with the body or the mind, they arise so that we can watch and see. Do you see? Especially in the mind, there are lots of things that come up for us to look at. Has there been any gladness these last few days? Did you see it? Have you ever seen happiness? Have you ever seen suffering? These things come up for us to see them. What about satisfaction? Have you seen it? Dissatisfaction. This is the path. If one sees, then there is the path. The middle way. The way to get to the path and the fruits of practice is right here. At the point of seeing and not being caught up. Things arise in order for us to see. Some people may experience tension. Do you see tension? Some people may experience dullness. Do you see dullness? Others may see thought. Do you see it? One cannot grasp hold of the mind, there is just seeing and seeing. Develop this state of watching and seeing a lot. Develop the quality of seeing a lot. See the body moving, see the raising of the arm, see the lowering of the arm. Know and see. Knowing and seeing. When things arise that we don't want, things that we didn't intend, see that also. For example, thought, we didn't ask for it, it just arose. When we see thought, thought comes to an end. When we fix our awareness, the quality of knowing does not fail, as we might think. It is good to have thoughts arising. This way we get to see them, see the mind thinking. Sometimes many things come up, happiness, for example, and one is smiling inwardly. Don't grasp it, don't be it. Establish yourself on the specific characteristic of a meditator, watching, seeing, and not being. This is not wrong, and this way you won't waste time. But some people get caught up and waste lots of time. They get caught in joy, calmness, visions, defilements due to insight, analytical knowledge, and all sorts of things. They fall in the well of knowledge, and know this and that. One wastes lots of time this way. There is no need to know all that but see it. It is like coming here by car from another province. On arriving here there is no need to teach about the things that one has seen as one passed through. But some people will stop and rest when they get to a nice shady tree, others get sunburned. They get caught up and grasp onto the states that they come across. Just pass through. Don't want anything. Some people want this and that, right and wrong. This is desire, I want. This is not right. Especially when it comes to the mind, one cannot grasp hold of it, there is just seeing and seeing. When there is real suffering, the Dhamma becomes valuable. Maybe some people don't understand. Never mind. I'll just talk anyway. When you're in a bad way, you may search for it, and it may be useful at that time. Yesterday I talked with Luangpor Teean. He said, with what I'm saying I'm not giving people knowledge now, that may not be possible, but in another 20 to 30 years from now, people may come to realize it, or when they are down and out, because they have heard these teachings, they may look for a way out and practice until they know. For example, I say, don't be caught up, watch. Maybe, when we bear great hardship, we suffer and it hurts a lot, that we recollect what I said, watch it. And then we watch. The state of watching will probably help to solve the problem. When we come into contact with the state of watching, we might be released and liberated from that condition. We may be able to let go and put things down. At present, there may still be plenty of excitement for things, maybe we want this and that, there is no suffering yet. But when suffering arises, Dhamma will be valuable. So I'll talk just in case, so that you may hear it. But actually it is not beyond us to practice, and that is why we meditate. Intention is what classifies beings. Let's start from here. We watch the body, really feel and make contact with it. Sometimes, as we're watching the body, something comes to interfere and it makes us lose it, it incites delusion. thought for example, or drowsiness, and the various hindrances. 5 hindrances are listed by the Buddha, namely sensual desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and worry, and doubt and uncertainty as the last. It is our chance to see them, to see that which is wrong and that which is right. See both right and wrong. This is called having arrived on the path. The things that make us deluded, such as the hindrances and proliferating thoughts, will be seen by us. But some people go and get caught up in them. These things are not without value, they teach us valuable lessons when we get deluded. But some people judge delusion, considering it to be wrong. This is a cause for failure in practice. It is not like that. When there is delusion we give rise to knowing, this is a valuable lesson. In this way we get experience, the moment delusion is there once, we have one valuable experience. When many thoughts arise that induce delusion, or sleepiness, we know, and we relate to these things in the right way. These things then have value for us. It is like learning at school, the teacher teaches when the children make a mistake. He or she teaches how to write the letter A. When a child writes an E, the teacher sees that it is wrong and corrects it. This way the children learn to correct their mistakes at the time that they make them. This is valuable. But if a child makes a mistake and the teacher doesn't teach, it is bad fortune for that child. We are the same, when there is something wrong, and we are the one who is wrong, this is our misfortune. But when something is wrong and we see it, and we solve the problem, this is our good fortune. Mistakes are teachers. But what someone else says is wrong is another thing. As we practice here, we know our own mistakes. Whenever we see something wrong, we change it into right. When we see suffering, we change it into no suffering. When we see anger, we change it into non-anger. This is up to us. Others can't help us with it. Others do not see the thoughts in our minds. But we can see it. Other people don't see the anger, desire, delusion, defilements, craving, lust, and torpor in our minds. We have to see it ourselves. We might see these things in other people a little bit, from external expressions, but there is nothing we can do about it. But when we see these things in ourselves we can solve it. Try it out. Don't think you are powerless. As soon as sleepiness comes up, one yawns and drops off to sleep. This is called falling for it. If you get easily sleepy, then find some way to do something about it. Don't just give in to it. Fight it a bit. Try looking up to the sky or the top of a tree, look around you, look far away in the distance. Imagine it is daytime, that's not the time to lie down. This is the time to practice, nighttime is the time to lie down. If it doesn't disappear, then get up and wash your face or take a shower, fight it a bit. Don't sit there nodding about. If that is the case, you've really lost it. We have to be awake. Open your eyes, fully, and be aware. You can do it. It can be changed, it can be solved. Meditation means to do good a lot. The words hapathipati in Pali language, and hapathipat in Thai, mean to practice. The prefix, hapatha, means to come back, to return or to solve. It is not a matter of doing sitting and walking meditation all day long, but never solving the problems. One thinks for an hour or two while practicing, that is not putting forth effort. It is laziness. A practitioner is one who changes wrong into right, delusion into non-delusion. Whenever there is delusion, change it immediately, this is useful. When something is wrong, change it, know it immediately, practice. To practice is to change. Meditation means to do good a lot, make that which is harmful into something good. This is called meditation. What is goodness? Awareness that we're training ourselves in is goodness. Perform this kind of goodness and do it a lot. Recitation is to keep a certain word in the mind, for example, Buddho, Sama Arahant, etc. In the past, I learned verses. I had to recite in order to become invulnerable. That is recitation. Sometimes we use the wrong word, we may call the recitation of the word Buddha meditation. It is not. It is recitation. As for the word meditation, it means to cut off, to just be aware, to feel movements with sati. Now is the time to practice. I've already explained how. Know what arises, don't know at any other place. In the beginning of the training, know at the body, not anywhere else. Take the body as the sign. Consider the body as the material or tool to produce awareness. The body is part of nature. When one sees the body, one has to see the mind too. A person consists of a body and a mind, and so this is what we learn from. These are our scriptures. The path, the fruits of practice and nibbana are right here. The hell realm, the hungry ghosts, and the thick-headed demons, are to be found right here. Realize this. Don't be fooled by things. Don't let the body or mind fool you. This mind can be developed to the end, until there is no more suffering. To be aware is to study. Awareness or sati will become skilled in the ways of the body and mind. It is right here where you will finish your studies. Students study at various institutes, when they finish they have what you call a PhD. But awareness is the real study. The word study means to integrate. One sees sila, samadhi, and jnana. It is awareness that studies the body and the mind, until it is skilled. It could be called full knowledge, parinyat. As I said this morning, there are three kinds of full knowledge. 1. Yatha parinyat, full knowledge by way of recognition. 2. Dhyana parinyat, full knowledge by way of clarification. This is rupa, this is nama, this is suffering of rupa, of nama, this is disease of rupa, of nama, this is convention, constitution, and ultimate meaning. 3. Bhajana parinyat, full knowledge by way of abandoning. Some things in the mind can be absolutely abandoned, completely changed. The mind can be developed, don't think it is a hopeless job. As I said before, someone who is angry is at the end of one's rope. If not, then there is no problem, just normal. The state of watching is normality. Normality is the spiritual inheritance. Complete normality, until there are no more changes. Until it is stable. Attain to this state. You have the right to. The thing that leads one to normality is the state of watching and seeing, and having seen not being caught up. The mind returns more and more to normal, it becomes pure. The pure mind does not get concocted. This is the spiritual life. The spiritual life doesn't mean a shaven head and yellow robes. The living of the spiritual life is this. Awareness. Knowing a lot, knowing often, being aware often, and the mind will gradually get purified. When the mind is pure, and stealthy thoughts come up, it doesn't want them, they are wrong. When anger arises, it doesn't want it even more, it is wrong. Restlessness, defilement, and worry, that's not it. That's not normality. The mind is like that, if it is not right, it doesn't want it. The mind sees and solves, it sees and doesn't want. But some people don't know, they'll take on everything. They go for happiness, delusion, like and dislike. They get caught up in all things. This one mind can be caught up in thousands of things. Then there is no freedom. No spiritual life. No purity. No normality. This way of practicing of us, has definitely not changed for over 2,500 years, it still stands up to verification, it is a science because it stands up to verification. The religion that will lead the world is Buddhism. These days, scientists say that the religion that will lead the world is Buddhism. Women will lead society, men will be followers. Buddhism will be the leading religion. Especially this method of using movements through the rhythmic meditation, is very popular with educated people everywhere, both in Thailand and abroad. The reason for this is that it can be experienced, it is because we teach people what is true. Try it, raise your arm, do you feel it? This method of knowing challenges people, it can be proven, there are results. It is not limited to sex, age or nationality. It can be used and contacted by all. This is the most universal method. It is our good fortune, that 30 years ago it was Luangpor Teean who set the fashion. It is most appropriate to every sex and age group. As Luangpor Teean used to say, don't take age to be an obstacle, awareness is the same for all. Therefore, I say that it is appropriate, that it is universal. It is not important whether one is male or female, whether one is educated or not. Just be aware, that's all there is to it. Nowadays it is getting popular. I have taught in many countries, I let people test it out. And everyone accepts it. It is real. It is a science. The body and the mind really exist, sati really exists. When awareness comes in to know the body and mind, then all things are stopped or tamed. This is the result of being aware of the body and mind. This is the most complete development of life, all suffering disappears, one gains good health and even the economy becomes better. Jump when you fall of the ladder. Before I came here, I gave a talk at Mukdahan province. I talked about the same thing. I'm not boasting, but since I've been practicing I hardly ever get sick, my health is really excellent. That is because of the development of life and I'm looking after it. The Dhamma will protect one. The Dhamma inevitably looks after the practitioner. So don't doubt. We try to be aware, there is no beginning and ending, as with this retreat that started on January 20, 1996 and ends on January 28, 1996. Try to understand, experience awareness, and when you go back home, watch. Watch yourself while sweeping up, washing clothes and doing the dishes. Prepare yourself, it may be useful. Jump when you fall of the ladder. This is a simile for dying. This may turn into an art. Now, we're not falling of the ladder yet, we're not using this knowledge yet. But it is good to know about it now. Maybe when the time comes, we'll use this knowledge so that we don't get our skull cracked. Maybe it will be a kind of sport. Luangpor Teean used to say that it really is like that. Now, we are still alive, the breath still goes in and out. But when the time really draws near, this knowledge may be our close friend. Luangpor Teean said that, even though we don't have realization now as we practice, but about 10 to 20 minutes before we die, we may get it, it may be useful. During the Rains retreat last year, my uncle died. Before he died I went over for a chat. He was a Dhamma practitioner, he practiced up to the final stage. He said that now he was fine, he could control everything. Whatever I asked him he could answer. But if you're not in control, then don't be downhearted. Don't cry and don't think of other things. The present it right here. It is here, where one is not caught up in anything. One is watching things. But if you don't have control you may be dumbfounded. Whatever arises is an object. Children, don't be alarmed, just watch it. Right now, Father is watching it, there is nobody who is born, nobody who gets old, nobody who is sick and nobody who dies. This is investigation, it is safe, there is just seeing. But some people are not like this. I told you before about this grandma, who had been fishing all her life, her children held her hands but she struggled to get free, because she was delirious and imagined that she was torturing fish. This is a hungry ghost or a hell being. What a pity to be born as a human being, and waste your life like this. Proving the facts. Where have we been these last 5-6 days? Some people may have been with their children, some people may have been angry with this or that person. Don't go out. Stay right here. Stay with the movements of the hands. Watch out, you'll become delirious. Prepare yourself like this. When the time comes, there should be peace. Consciousness, they call it. Now, we are still stuck, but we know. It goes out, come and stay right here. This will give rise to skill. You get stuck and you know. This is the state that is not born, doesn't age, isn't painful and doesn't die. It is not a place or a house somewhere. It all starts off with awareness, it leads us to safety. And in the end it leads us to the paths and fruits of practice. Every moment of awareness is a step. The mind goes out and we feel. Know a lot, enter into things with the quality of knowing. Both merit as well as virtue and generosity, and even liberation are to be found at this point. Awareness has already cut off a number of things. When we are aware we pass through evil, through revenge, there is no enmity, there is no ill will, there is no love and no hate. Do you see that awareness leaves these things behind? Awareness knows, and knows. It is the end of revenge, the end of danger, it is beyond everything. Is this real or not? This is genuine, this is real. Don't let anyone fool you. These days we get fooled a lot. Some people threaten us with hell and fool us with heaven. This is all external stuff. Try this out and prove it. Don't believe me, everybody should prove it for oneself. Make contact with awareness and prove the facts for yourself. I'm talking about the possibility, I'm your spiritual friend. Whether what I'm saying is right or wrong, you have to see for yourself. Practice today, do the rhythmic meditation. Be devoted to just this, with your whole heart. Do it fully. Whether you do walking meditation or do the rhythmic meditation, sitting under a tree, try to arouse awareness. Little knowing will turn into knowing more. This is our inheritance, our noble treasure. Build it up, you're still alive. Don't wait until you're dead, build it up now. Alright, what I've said comes from the way it is, it's not coming from memory. The things that I've been talking about, exist in everybody who is sitting here. With good intentions towards all beings that are determined, may all good qualities and the goodness that we have performed, be the power that will support and send you to the realization of the way it is, which is safety and immortality, no birth, aging, sickness, and death. 2 Dhamma fragments. A. Instructions. B. The straight way. Instructions, given at Buddha Mandala. The formal practice is really a formula in itself. One lifts up one's hand and one really knows. Raising the hand, one knows, lowering the hand, one knows, moving the head, one knows. No need to ask anyone. It is to be experienced for oneself in the moment. We know and see ourselves. We don't have to wait for even a split second. Turn up the hand and know, raise the arm and know, it is immediate. This is the real thing. What is real has to be verifiable, it is not a mind-made image. Don't go and think that it should be like this or that, just try it out and really experience it. Be aware. If you make the movements just right, one movement takes about 1 second. So in 14 seconds you complete one cycle of 14 movements, that is knowing 14 times. An hour is 3,600 seconds, if we know every time, then that is 3,600 moments of awareness, using the form of the rhythmic meditation. That's a lot. When there is knowing, there is no delusion. Suppose we stay with awareness for 2 whole days, or as the Buddha said, whoever has sati with the body and mind continuously, for either 1 to 7 days, 1 to 7 months or 1 to 7 years, will get one of 2 results, of which the highest is the attainment of arahantship, one who is far from enemies, impurities, one is a noble one, life is smooth, there is no danger. The Buddha challenged us with this. This is where we as Buddhists are lacking. Not anywhere else. Look at this park, Buddha Mandala, everything is huge. Thailand is a Buddhist country and all building projects get constructed. Except for awareness. Being with the body and the mind, there is not much of that yet. And so we're working on this. What happens when we are aware of the movements of the body and the thoughts in the mind? Try out to experience awareness. Steep the body and the mind in awareness. What will happen? Be aware for 10 minutes, 20, 30, an hour. Anybody who knows for an hour or two will know the difference between knowing and delusion. We will be able to make a choice. The mind will choose and take what is right. Delusion is not right. Awareness is right. The body can look after itself. When it is hot we take a shower, when it is cold we put on more clothes, when it is hungry we find something to eat, when it is tired we take a rest or a sleep. But the mind doesn't look after itself, unless it has been trained. It takes on suffering, it goes for anger, love, hate, like, dislike and so on. Sometimes it wants suffering and delusion. Some people go and buy delusion, they look for things to indulge in. They cannot remain still. Some people have never trained themselves. But when we train in awareness we can come into contact with it. Then we will be able to sort things out. We will side with awareness. But when we have never trained we don't know how to do that, and the mind will jump all over the place. If we train in awareness for 1 day or 2 days, the mind will come to look for awareness, because awareness is just. Delusion is not. Anger and suffering definitely are not just. We will know what to choose. The mind will choose what is right and safe. Now, when we don't train we don't have this ability, we can't do it and we don't know. Everybody has knowledge, has finished studies and is capable of making a living, but the mind hasn't yet come into contact with the justness of life. We know what is right and wrong according to reasoning. For example, we know that anger and suffering are not good, we know that, but we still get angry, even though we know that it is not good. That kind of knowledge is not good enough. One has to experience things. Reasoning is still convention, it is still not right. Sometimes people kill each other because of reasoning. But in practicing Dhamma, we experience things, we steep ourselves in awareness, we don't use reasoning, it is beyond reasoning, it is ultimate. Reasoning is still convention that is dependent on conditions. But ultimate reality is not reasoning, rather, it is a clear and evident experience. Seeing anger and non-anger has nothing to do with reasoning. Anger is not right. Non-anger is right. When we have experience we know that delusion is not right, and that non-delusion is right. When we have experience we don't have to ask anybody. There are no questions in reality, there is nothing to ask, there are only answers and one has to answer oneself, not somebody else. This is ultimate reality, the truth. And so, we are practicing with this. We've tried it out for 3, 4 days already. Testing and proving it. We use the body and the mind for this. What's going on there? You shouldn't think and see before you actually see, be right or wrong before you're actually right or wrong. Sometimes we turn to thought to find an answer, it may not be right. It all depends on how we think. We can all think according to reason, but thought does not last. Really meeting with knowing and delusion is not thought. As soon as delusion arises we are aware. That's not reasoning, one dives into it. Whenever there is anger, be aware and anger will disappear. That's it. Our minds rise higher and become more pure, there is more experience, more lessons. We don't have to ask each other what is real. Experience and try it out yourself, dive into it. Soak the body and mind in awareness. Try and add awareness to the body. We have a form of practice, using intention. Everybody, put your hands on your knees. Try. Who is the one who knows where the hands are? Are you absolutely sure that the hands are on the knees? Suppose I tell you that your hands are behind you, do you believe me? Yes or no? No. Why not? Because you see and know. Who is the one who sees? Do you see it yourself or is somebody else seeing it for you? What is it that sees that the hands are on the knees? The eyes. Close your eyes, do you still see that the hands are on the knees? So it is not the eyes. That which knows that the hands are on the knees is called sati. The word satipatthana means the foundation or establishment of awareness. Establish the hands on the knees and be aware of them. Turn up the right hand. This is not the same as when it was still flat on the knee, is it? Are you sure? Raise the arm up a bit. Don't tense up or concentrate. Do it lightly and no. Now move your right hand to your abdomen. Then turn up your left hand. Raise the arm. Now put your left hand on top of your right. Do you feel what's going on? Where are your hands? You know. Slide the right hand up to the chest. You know. Move it out to the side. You know, don't you? Come down to the knee with the hand on its side. Then turn it over. Do it at ease, smiling inwardly. Don't say it is difficult. Move your left hand up a bit. No. Move it to the side. No. Lower it to the knee. No as it comes down. No as you turn it over. Each time there is awareness. If we would count, we would get 14 times, 14 movements, 14 moments of awareness. Make it into a rhythm but don't count. No, no, no. No each second. Don't do it too slow. When you lose it, come back. Feel the hands. Don't lose it, don't concentrate, don't count. Know each time, as separate movements. This kind of knowing is not a continuous state, that would be tranquility meditation, and one won't see thought because it doesn't arise. But this kind of knowing is just knowing for a moment, from moment to moment. We are not afraid of thought, we'll get to see whatever arises and we'll return to awareness. Awareness is not thought, it is an experience. It is not memory. Even though the mind thinks at times, we know. Whenever thoughts arise that we didn't intend to think, thoughts that arise by themselves, don't follow those thoughts. Come back to the body, the hands, the mind goes off over there but we return to the movements. Don't lose yourself in thought, when you do, or you lose yourself in painful feelings or tiredness, then try to come back to the movements. The meaning of practice is to come back. Find a point to establish awareness. It may slip off again and again but we come back again and again. It gets better and better. It is like a baby trying to stand, as soon as they fall over, they will try again. They fall again and they try again. This makes babies firm, training in walking and sitting makes them strong. Don't help them, let them get up by themselves. Tell them, get up, get up. Don't go and help them. We are the same, when we lose it we come back. Come back to the place to establish awareness, we have 14 such places. Keep doing that. It's only ordinary, that someone who has a job to do has some obstacles. People who work have aches, pains, tiredness and sweating but they keep on working. Or farmers who are out in the sun, they have to continue planting rice, no matter what. Developing awareness is the same, sometimes we have aches and we're tired, but don't let that stop you from making effort. Just know it and come back. Some people work at an office for hours on end, they had to train in that also. When aches arise one has to adjust oneself. Don't let those feelings have power. Don't let them stop you practicing. To see them and to come back is to build up patience and strength in itself. It is to accumulate experiences and lessons. Sometimes we may get sleepy, try to wake yourself up. Stir up awakeness. Whatever method works, there is no fixed way. You might get up and walk, you might look up in the sky, you might rub your face with your hands or wash your face. Don't give in to the extent that you just forget about awareness. It is good to train with this, sleepiness will teach us. Delusion and suffering will teach us. Whatever arises we use for training in awareness. Sleepiness, aches, delusion and thoughts, all are objects for awareness. They are all teaching us. We get plenty of teachings, because awareness is that which solves the problems of body and mind. Awareness is truth. It relates to the body and mind differently than, for example, medicine. For a specific disease such as a stomachache, one has to use a specific medicine. Awareness can be applied to all affairs of body and mind. Sleepiness, delusion, and thought make us aware. Developing awareness is really extremely convenient. Everything is an opportunity to know. Blinking the eyes and breathing can be known. Apart from the formal rhythmic meditation, you can train with this and with that. Sometimes too much formal practice can make one weary. We should change the posture then. Adjust yourself a bit. If we have been in the same posture for too long, we should make some change. Start anew. Make awareness prominent. A movie maker doesn't stay with one scene for too long. If sitting for a long time makes you sleepy, then get up and walk, so that the quality of knowing becomes clear. Don't let sleepiness and delusion become clear. Keep adjusting. Do it a lot and awareness will become distinct and big. It has power now, it is easy to know. When we can't do it yet, it is easy to be fooled. When delusion is mighty, it is a burden, and so we try to train anew, and make awareness precise and clear. Don't just go through the movements of the rhythmic meditation, do it with awareness. If you're not aware, then don't make movements. Do it slowly, be attentive. Jack up your heart, make it firm. No, no. Really no, don't just go through the motions. This will make you familiar and it will be easy to know. It is possible to understand the Dhamma and have realization fast. To know 50% and be deluded 50%, is not a good way to start off, and drowsiness will be a problem. Some people are habitual nodders. You must be awake. Be aware and smile inwardly. Be at ease, set your face, your body, and your heart at ease, don't think that it is difficult. Make yourself comfortable in practicing. We don't focus on what is right and what is wrong. Whatever happens is all right, never mind. A bit of delusion? Never mind. Enjoy yourself. Being overly careful makes the mind heavy, and then it's easy to become dull. But if you practice in a carefree way, it is fun to know.
May all beings be at ease, whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born. May all beings be at ease.